Prince's death, Sheila E.'s revelation, and the shadows surrounding Diddy, was the purple one silenced. When Prince Rogers Nelson was found unresponsive at his Paisley Park estate on April 21, 2016, the world mourned the loss of a musical genius. Officially, the death was ruled an accidental overdose due to counterfeit Vicodin pills laced with fentanyl. But for many, that explanation was never enough. Nearly a decade later, whispers have grown louder, suspicions deeper, and one name keeps resurfacing alongside Prince's legacy. Scene Diddy Combs. Now with Sheila E., Prince's longtime collaborator, confidante, and one-time fiancé, allegedly beginning to speak out, fans and conspiracy theorists alike are asking, was Prince silenced before he could expose a dark truth? The final days, clues and cryptic messages, in the days leading up to his death, Prince exhibited signs that something was off. After a reported emergency landing the week before, the narrative suggested a possible drug overdose, something those closest to him fiercely denied. No, not at all, Sheila E. responded when asked if she had seen signs of drug abuse. Even more chilling were Prince's words at a gathering shortly before his death. He told attendees to wait a few days before you waste any prayers, and then posted a mysterious image on social media with a now-deleted caption, "Just when you thought you were safe." These cryptic statements have only fueled the idea that Prince knew something was coming. Whether it was fear, resignation, or a final attempt to warn the world, his behavior has been interpreted by many as that of a man who saw the writing on the wall. Sheila E., the last confidant? Sheila E., the electrifying percussionist who met Prince in 1977 and became both his musical partner and romantic interest, has remained respectful and discreet when speaking about him over the years. They collaborated on iconic tracks like The Glamorous Life, with Prince writing and performing on her records. She toured with him, directed musical projects, and at one point, during a live performance, he mouthed the words, "Marry me," to her across the stage. Though their engagement never culminated in marriage, their bond remained deep. While public reports claimed they had not spoken for 5 years before his death, allegedly due to her revealing autobiography, close sources claim otherwise. According to these insiders, Prince and Sheila reconnected in his final months, and during that time, he allegedly confided in her shocking details about the music industry, including troubling revelations involving Diddy. If these claims are true, then Sheila E. may be holding pieces of a puzzle Prince didn't live long enough to complete. The Diddy connection, more than just parties. Diddy, a towering figure in hip-hop and entertainment, has been at the center of several recent legal controversies and resurfacing allegations involving manipulation and exploitation. But what's the link between Diddy and Prince? The first clue may lie in the social circles they moved in. One commentator recalled attending a Diddy party at Prince's house where stars like Tyrese, Demi Moore, and Ashton Kutcher were mingling. What made this party stand out wasn't the guest list, but the strict rules. Notably, no one was allowed to bring their own security, only Diddy's people handled things inside. To Prince, who fiercely guarded his autonomy and distrusted the industry's power structures, this might have been a major red flag. He was known for being wary of manipulation and secrecy within the music world. Some fans now believe Prince was preparing to speak out, not just about artistic rights, but about the deeper, darker mechanics of power in the industry, possibly including individuals like Diddy. Prince's war for ownership. The industry versus the artist. Prince's battle for his music rights is well documented. In 1993, he famously changed his name to an unpronounceable symbol in protest of Warner Bros., whom he accused of enslaving him through exploitative contracts. "It's not your game. You didn't make the rules," he said, "so everything comes hard." He later described the music industry as modern-day slavery, calling out labels for robbing artists of their creative ownership. In 1999, his publishing contract with Warner Chappell expired, and he declared himself free. He continued to use his platform to advocate for artist rights and independence. His disdain for corporations like Warner Bros. Was clear, but here's where it gets interesting. At the same time Prince was fighting Warner, the same company had struck a deal with Diddy, giving them a 50% stake in his Bad Boy Records label. Warner was funding both the artist fighting the system and the mogul allegedly benefiting from it. Diddy and Bad Boy Records, a pattern of exploitation. The article also draws attention to several former Bad Boy artists who claim to have been mistreated under Diddy's leadership. Lil Jerome, for example, said he was forced out of the label after experiencing a nervous breakdown, despite having an album nearly finished. Carl Thomas revealed that when his brother died, Diddy called a week later, not to console him, but to demand he return to the studio. Then there's the case of Notorious Big. According to Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy before his death. After Biggie was murdered, Diddy reportedly became laser-focused on marketing life after death, pushing the album to #1, with little public evidence of grief. In recent years, Diddy has offered to return publishing rights to artists on his label. But artists like Aubrey O'Day from Danity Kane called it out as manipulation. She alleged that in order to accept the offer, artists had to sign NDAs, agree not to publicly criticize Diddy or his affiliates, and waive any legal claims. In other words, the publishing return came with strings and silence. Was Prince trying to expose Diddy? According to various sources, Prince had been watching Diddy and others for a long time. The speculation is that he saw the way major labels and moguls like Diddy exploited younger artists, profited from their talent, then discarded them. It's the same system Prince rebelled against his entire career. If Prince had evidence, stories, or even just convictions about Diddy's involvement in a toxic industry culture, it would explain his alleged warnings and the burden Sheila says he carried. One source close to Sheila claims Prince told her that the music world was not ready for the truth he was preparing to expose. Now that Diddy is facing increased scrutiny over past actions, these theories are gaining traction. Some fans are connecting the dots between what Prince fought for, what he may have known, and why his death came just as public interest in artist rights was heating up. Just another conspiracy or something more? It's easy to dismiss these claims as another celebrity conspiracy theory. After all, Prince was a mysterious figure, deeply spiritual, and prone to cryptic messages and behavior. Sheila's alleged comments, while chilling, have not been confirmed directly by her in a public statement. But the coincidences pile up. From Prince's foreboding final appearances to the suspicious circumstances of his death, to the resurfacing of Diddy's controversial history and the recent legal storms gathering around him, there's enough intrigue to make people wonder, was Prince silenced? Was he preparing to shine a spotlight not just on artistic exploitation, but on deeper abuses in the industry? And, perhaps most importantly, is Sheila finally ready to tell us the whole truth? Conclusion: the legacy lives on. What remains undeniable is that Prince was one of the most outspoken and visionary artists to ever challenge the music industry. He warned of corporate theft, demanded ownership, and empowered countless musicians to fight for their rights. Whether his death was simply the result of counterfeit medication or something more sinister, the story isn't over. In the years since his passing, many of the issues Prince raised have only become more relevant. Artists are reclaiming their masters, contracts are being scrutinized, and figures like Diddy are being called to account. The industry Prince called a game is changing, and it might just be that his sacrifices were not in vain. Sheila may hold keys to a story the world has only begun to piece together. And if the whispers are true, then the truth Prince tried to reveal may still come to light, one testimony at a time.